What's up, fishing fanatics? So as promised, I decided to bring you guys a video of the upstairs tanks so you can see what's going on. Killifish are still in here. There's 3 of them. There's 2 babies and the one male. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm not sure exactly where they are. Normally they come out during feeding, and they were fed last night, so we're not going to overfeed these guys. But we have, like I said, there's 2 little guys in here still. And, well, they're speaking of which, there you go. There's one of the little guys. So there's 2 of the little ones in here still. And the adult dad is in here as well. He tends to hide a little bit more now. Normally killifish are pretty passive. They're just super genuinely nice fish. But for whatever reason, ours aren't. The dad decided to take out the rest of them when these guys were born. So after they kind of hatched out, he decided to eliminate any potential threats, and that was all she wrote. So we got the 2 fry in there right now. They're still growing out. Eventually we'll get more depending on how these guys turn out, and continue going with those because killifish are pretty cool. But if you come over here, we have the koi angel here. We have the koi angel super veil here. You have to forgive me, the lighting is going to be kind of bad because we have a lot of reflection right now. But we have, there's one, there's still one, there's 3 of them in total in here. We picked up another one at the swap, but there's usually 2 of them that are hanging out together, and then the 3rd one is just kind of like, he does his own thing. He doesn't like to be disturbed. There's another one in here, which you probably are barely going to be able to see. Oh. The other one's probably hiding behind the log or under the log where I'm not going to be able to see it. But yeah, there's 3 of them in there. Those guys are doing really well. Have no issues. And if you sit tight for just 1 second. Ta-da! We have the albino pearl scale in here along with the gold marble, which is floating around somewhere. Again, they ate the eggs. They've done it to us. This is probably about 7 or 8 times now. And I'm trying to wait until we see wigglers before we pull them out, because I want to make sure the eggs are viable. I don't want to stress the fish out any more than necessary. Because if we pull them out as soon as they're laid, put them into the other tank. Oh, he's hiding back there behind the rock. You can kind of see his reflection. But anyways, if you pull them out, put them in the other tank, stresses them out. We wait a couple days, the eggs aren't viable. Guess what? Now we're pulling them back out of the other tank, putting them back in here, and it's just a lot of moving, so it stresses them out, and we don't want to stress them out. So once they're wiggling, we'll put them in the other tank, and let the eggs grow out in here. Once they hatch, go from there. But yeah, until then, this is kind of what we're going through. The other pair that we sold, the super veils that we had, the zebra super veils, took about 8 months of being together alone before they actually got to the wiggler stage. These guys are roughly at around like 3 to 4 months. They usually lay a batch of eggs every 2 weeks or so, and they just laid a batch about 4 days ago or so. Maybe it was a little bit longer than that. Might have been longer than that. But we did a water change. Immediately they spawned, and within a day, literally, they ate them again. So it was crazy. But bring you over here. You've got the 2 pearl scale super veils. I lost a bristle nose, which is like heartbreaking. I found him last night, so I had to pull him out. But I've got a super big male there. That's an albino super red. I have a female in here too. That's an albino super red. These are the ones that are going downstairs, and that'll be happening very, very soon. Probably going to happen this weekend or so. Now, you're not going to see this video for probably a week. Only because I have some other videos that I'm bringing out to you guys, and I try to stay ahead of schedule on recording the videos. Doesn't always work out that way, but I try to. So you're actually seeing them roughly about a week after I make them. And as things go on and continue, because like right now it's springtime, so we're busy with all of the swaps, all of the auctions. We're running around, you know, doing all of the things that we need to do to keep our tanks basically in the shape that they're in. It's a little bit harder to record and then, you know, upload, or to convert it and then upload it, and then it just takes time. So I'm trying to stay about a week ahead of videos, a week ahead of time on videos right now. So you won't see this till about a week after I shoot it. And that's fine, it's good, but keep in mind that things change every week for us, and you know, you might see the next video and it's like, oh, well, you know, this was supposed to have happened, you know, a week ago, and in reality it was a week ago I shot the video, so it hasn't happened yet. Or it could have already happened. It depends on how things go. But you can see our gold marble, and you can obviously see our other two zebra super scale. These guys are huge. I mean, they're huge. They're gigantic. I mean, just in comparison, he's got to be at least 4 inches right now long, from just nose to the back of his fin, not including his actual, like, yes, I know you want your cameo. I mean, if you include his actual fin, he's got to be close to 7 or 8 inches. These guys are gigantic. But, anyways, what I was saying is that I'm a week out of schedule normally, so you might see things change that don't seem to add up quite yet, but they will eventually. Once we get out of the busier seasons, it'll definitely be easier. But for now, this is kind of what you get, sadly. Anyways, so yeah, the goal is to get these guys over here to breed, get to wigglers. Once they do, these guys are going to get moved into there, because once the other two breed and we raise them up, we're selling off those fry, and we're going to be selling that pair off at one of the auctions. We're going to move these guys into that tank, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to wait for them to get to the wiggler stage. We're going to let them grow out. We're going to take them in. We're going to sell them, and then we're going to sell this pair. And the gold marble will stay around for a little bit longer until the tank cleans out a little bit more, and then we're going to go ahead and auction him off too, or even maybe at a swap, possibly. I don't know yet. Ultimately, the plan is to have these two guys in that 29, and that tank is going to get moved. We're talking about getting a different desk. The 29 will go on the desk, and the stand for the 29 is going to get moved out. We're going to clear out this huge section of the room over here, basically, and we're going to try to upgrade to a much larger tank in here. Probably go 120 or bigger. We'll go 120 or bigger for sure, but it might be a 150, it might be a 180, we're not sure. Ultimately, we're going to have a display tank up here that's going to be huge. It'll more than likely be a huge community tank. I'm not sure if we're going to do tetras in here, or if we're going to have some other type of communal fish, but it's going to be a lot of them that is going to be coming up, and we're going to gradually and slowly fill it up. It's not going to be filled all at once, but you'll get to see the growth on that. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen, because getting a tank that size is a huge investment. It's going to take a lot of work to get these guys all bred up and all moved out, and it could take months, it could take a year before we're able to get to that point. But that's the whole goal right now, is to get these guys all bred out and then sold, and then the blue pearl scales will be in there, and these are going to be the pair that we keep. And then as they start to breed, we're going to go ahead and raise their fry, and we'll bring those in for the auctions and stuff. And then this tank will most likely become the discus tank. So we'll have our 29 gallon on the desk with our blue pearl scales, and then we'll have the one whatever over here to the side, on this side, and that's going to be filled with communals. It's going to be a display tank, and then at some point we're going to get our 4 discus downstairs up here, and we're also going to probably add more to this. We are going to add more discus to it. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But it's going to be a slow growing process. If you don't know, discus are extremely expensive. Normally we pick up about 2 a year, so it could take a little while. The plan is to have right around 10 or so in here, maybe a few more. So it's going to take us a little bit, but this tank will be all discus at some point. It's going to be redone. The scaping is going to be redone. And then, like I said, these bristle nose, he's going to go downstairs along with his partner. I'm not sure where she is at the moment. And we got to go through and clean a lot of this stuff up too. You can see a lot of this is like just leaf deterioration. Because the bristle nose go in there and they eat on it. The snails go in there and they eat on it. So a lot of the plants that we have, you can see, are just kind of ate through. And it deteriorates and dissolves to the bottom, and it gathers up like that. It looks like little woods. It looks like basically sawdust. But they're going to go down there, and then we also have some chocolates, which you can see the one is right on top here. I think we may have 2 female chocolates. I'm not positive. I don't know where the other one's at the moment. But I'm probably going to end up getting a male chocolate and then tossing them into the guppy tank that's down there so we can have the chocolates as well. And I really wish I knew where that female was, because she's a pretty good size too. I'm just unsure as to where she's currently at. She was over there with them not that long ago. But you can see this guy's huge. Oh, there they go. There's both. Yeah, they're both females. You can see there's both of them in one shot. They're both females. Oh well, I'll end up getting a male of them at some point, and then they'll go in the guppy tank. So I'll have those 3 in there, and then, like I said, I'll have the bristle nose male and female downstairs in the Endler tank. And at some point, we'll probably end up putting in some other variation of a pleco or something in here as a bottom feeder to help keep the bottom clean. But you can see there's a lot of empty snail shells in here, a lot of dead snails. These guys go through, and the angels eat them too. So if they get hungry enough, they'll pick at them. So they help keep the population down in this tank. But there's just enough going so it keeps the glass clean and everything else. So those are the plans that we have. That's kind of where we're heading, in the direction that we're heading. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, drop them in the box below. If you haven't already, do us a huge favor. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Let's get as many people into the hobby as we can. And as always, happy fish keeping.